冷不冷？
非常冷。
这个我觉得很酷。This is from Luckin Coffee. And that's how it works. And you pour it over that. Kind of like a little pour over coffee. 他们有一个小的猫。Oh. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a little cat in the tent next to us. That's so cute. I love when people travel with their pets. 早，我可以拍一下吗？可以吗？早啊 ，Hello。她很漂亮，真的很漂亮。
美宝，去过2次西藏。
哇，他摄影了这个生活。
不怕你的，还行。
他的眼睛很蓝色的。
用爪子。慢慢的去接触它。
可能闻到我家里的猫。
哦，很可能。那这个地方不错，除了那个路有点近。
对，除了这个路呢有点吵以外，我们是从青岛出发，到四川，到西藏，到新疆，然后是青海、甘肃，这样转一圈下来了。4个月。
你们这个附近去到哪里？
我们是昨天刚到。
昨天刚到，那你现在准备去哪里？
我们准备往回走。
往回走了。
回青岛的。
好，不麻烦你哈，很高兴认识你。
好，玩得开心。
拜拜，猫猫。Good morning, by the way. Welcome back to another video. Last night, my friend Van Ness and I came up to Hangzhou to meet up with a car company called Miami Camp. And for the next 48 hours, they are lending us their car to go have a bit of a camp and see what kind of lovely, beautiful scenery we can see in Hangzhou and do some car camping. In the last couple of years, I've done a lot of exploring of China, but what I've really been craving is a return to slow travel. Waking up early, making a coffee half asleep, and opening the car door to a different view every day. Before China, I car camped for 6 months in the US and then another 6 months across Australia in a Prius. And ever since moving here, I've always wanted to do something like that again, but much bigger. Next year, I am planning something quite large. I want to circumnavigate China in its entirety. I want to drive all the way around the edge of China, starting in Xiamen, going east all the way up to Heilongjiang, and then across through Inner Mongolia into Xinjiang, and then down into Xizang, Tibet, and then coming all the way back around through Yunnan and Hainan and all those sorts of southern places as well. Hey buddy, hello. He's very playful. 真的很开心. That's the way I feel right now, actually. Because I'm finally getting to test out this car, and potentially I will be using this car for my trip next year. For my previous road trips, I've mostly used sedans or SUVs, but because this next trip is going to be much bigger, and because there are so many interesting camping vehicles in China, I decided to widen my search a bit. Recently, I've been scrolling Hangzhou, reaching out to different companies and test driving a few setups to see what might actually work for a long journey. Miami Camp is just one of those options, and they were kind enough to lend us this vehicle for the weekend so we could properly test it out here in Hangzhou. So we got here last night. We went to the factory to pick up the car. We got to see how the cars were made, which is pretty cool. They buy them from Ford and then they modify them and then on-sell them to the public. Then we went and picked up some water, we picked up some food, drove here, which I think took about half an hour, ate some instant noodles and then went straight to bed. And getting up this morning, I forgot how much I missed getting up to the birds and just waking up as soon as the sun rises. Very, very different to, having the curtains pulled when you're at home and like being able to sleep in and stuff. But I don't know why, I really, really like just getting up when the sun comes up and you get to like be in a new place every single day and check this out. This place is so cool. And then today we're going to drive about 2.5 hours west to a place called Jiuyangping, which is apparently a lesser known kind of camping spot. But from what I saw in some of the pictures, it looks pretty beautiful. So excited to take you guys along for this 48 hours of me and my friend Van Ness both camping in this this new vehicle that we're testing out.
它后面那个床垫还可以给它。
哦，它这样放倒以后呢，又是个床。
有床垫。
我这顶上它也是床吗？
对，它打开是那个床。
人
上面
睡。
对对，这个有厨房，有冰箱，有那个可以看电影
啊，
可以洗澡，
是吧？能洗澡啊。它洗澡的话，人在里边吗？还是在外边？
外面
搭一个。
对，然后可以放那个，对。
要是环海游的话，你肯定要路过青岛啊。
青岛好玩吗？
可以。
青岛啤酒。
青岛啤酒，对。它有点德国的风格嘛，那个建筑。对，没错的。那我期待。肯定会通过。
欢迎您到青岛。
谢谢，很高兴认识你。我们准备出发。
好的。
OK。We are ready to go。拜拜。有机会在青岛见面。好，一路平安。好。OK， 拜拜。你可以放平。
很舒服。
很舒服吗？
第一次睡这么大的房车。
昨天晚上睡得怎么样？
睡得不错，但老师来说睡得不是很好。对，有点冷，因为我们忘了关那个，把窗户给它关起来。对，但是很好玩。对，好玩。By the way， Van Ness 是我的好朋友，但是他也是我另外一个好朋友的老公，他是 Carolina， 我会把他的那个社交媒体在这边。可以关注一下。Okay, so we've decided, because we thought it'd be really cool to make some food out there, but the stovetop, we've only got like one pan. We don't have a knife. We don't have like cutting board. We don't have any of that sort of stuff that you actually need to make food. So instead, we're just gonna go somewhere that's kind of on the way and pick up some food that we can then just eat when we get to the campsite.老外开车。哇，这老外真不错。It's a nice looking car, isn't it? 满意就行。对。Okay, let's eat. So it turns out this place is a bit of a hidden gem, located about an hour south of Hangzhou, and it's kind of like a Chinese version of fast food. First you take a look in the fridge for the dishes that you want, and then they quickly heat up your food in a pressure cooker out the back. 喂，那加水？
加一点水
啊。你们做这个多长时间？25年了。25年，哇哦！两个可以一起。
这个渗透的很快的，几分钟好了。
几分钟就好了。
双手呢还要多着油的。
好，谢谢老板。好了。 And he wasn't joking. It was only a few minutes before the dishes started rolling out.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I don't know what kind of like glazing or whatever they put on there, but it's really, really sweet. Okay, these are more. They're like mushrooms and they look like an ear, so they call them ear mushrooms, I think. This is xiaobi. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Shrimp cake. 刚烤了，煎的，刚煎的。中文老师。这个叫什么？锅巴。锅巴。Okay. My gosh, it looks absolutely amazing. It's just a thin layer of rice on a grill with some like what looks like bacon. Oh. And twice. Crispy flat rice. I've never had it before. I love it. Well, I think we can say this place is pretty damn good. 10分满分，你给他多少？9分。我也觉得9分。这个地方真不错。好的，谢谢，好吃好吃。OK， 拜拜。All right, that was lunch. Van Ness has got his takeaway there. We're going to get on the road and head to Zhouyangping. Okay, we've just pulled over here because the road is getting a little bit uneven. And it might not look like it, but I think it might start to get a little bit crazy soon. So, I'm gonna raise the car up to go. Okay. Alright, there it goes. Still going up. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we're ready to tackle these roads. We've got 5 minutes till we get there. 这个算是有点 off-road 吧。哇。These roads, it's just one-lane roads here. Signs everywhere saying slow. Oh shit, how do we fucking do this? 怎么做？怎么走？哦，下面又来一个车。没事，我可以走。Man, coming through all those little villages, like we were just saying before, it's so beautiful around here. Like you just go through all these small little villages from Hangzhou all the way out here. Look at that, that looks beautiful. Oh. 这个有点怕。对。现在最高吗？现在最高。Well, it's not that tall. It's decent clearance though. But it is not that tall. 我们走吧，走一点点。If you are faced with a road like this and you're not sure about it, walk it first. Just so you have a much better idea of what's coming up. All right, so we're right at the top here, and this is an absolute no. I don't know too much about 4x4ing, but I know enough that is not going to work. But this place is absolutely beautiful. Check this out. What a cool spot to camp if we could actually get up here. 这么舒服。舒服啊！要不来吃点？烧烤吗？烧烤。你们的车你不敢上去吗？开上去的。上面风太大。风太大吗？风很大。我们不敢。不敢吗？没有，对，没有你的那么市区的上不来。对，没有市区。这个下面都很难开上来。对，我们是不敢开上。打滑的。好，谢谢，玩得开心，拜拜。Okay, we have found our spot for the night, I think.
I've just come up a little bit. We didn't tackle that really crazy road. But this has a little camping spot and we're all by ourselves. So we'll just hang out here, I think.
终于找到了。
终于找到了。So, now that we're here, we found our little spot for camping. Thought I'd give you guys a little tour of the car. We've got this little, it comes out automatically, this little awning, which is pretty cool. We've got table and chairs here. Down here, it's got a little controller for a heater. There's a heater down here under the chair, it just blows out hot air. It actually uses petrol, it doesn't use electricity. Then these chairs go flat. This mattress comes down, and that's where one person can sleep. This chair spins around. Take these out. And then this just comes straight up. And you can open the windows here. It's kind of like your own little tent on the top of your car. How cool is that? And it's got AC power here. So that just runs off, I think, a 5 kilowatt hour battery. So it's not actually that big, but it's in the back underneath there. This thing here is a little shower. You can put a little tarp around here and then have a shower. This cable is if we want to plug it in here and then you can get an outlet. There's a couple of other cool things I want to show you. This thing is a little movie screen. There's the projector up there. There's also a big speaker at the back here. There's some lights. Lights up the interior. And it's essentially a little camping car. There's only probably one or two downsides. It is a petrol car, so it doesn't have any electricity. I mean, it's got the little 5 kilowatt hour battery in the back. We filled up like a quarter of a tank and it was 200 yuan for petrol, which is quite a lot. But at the same time, you do get like a fair bit of range out of it. I think it has 600 Ks of range. It is actually really, really nice to drive. Like, it's just a very nice car. Like, Ford make really, really good cars. A little stovetop cooker here that we used this morning. And that's actually an induction plate, so it's not a normal like hot plate, which is good. It also has a little sink, and then it's also got a spot for the fridge, which we've left on. What do we have in here? The guy who lent us this car had a 6-pack of beer there and was just like, you want a 6-pack of beer? I was like, hell yeah. We drove this long and we found this cool little secluded spot. I think we deserve a beer. Cheers. Have a look at the last thing the drone saw before it got turned off. Vanessa looking real cool. Speaking of cool, it has gotten so cold, guys. Oh my gosh, it's only 4:30 and it is so cold.
Very cold.
4:30, very cold. It's so cool, this car can just turn into whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be a little lounge where we eat and whatever, then it can be. Oh, how good is this? Sitting in the back of the car, watching Inception. Do you guys like this movie? We absolutely love this movie. It's such a cool movie. And I haven't seen it in so long. Leo's performance in this is stellar. I think we're just going to watch a movie for the rest of the night and then go straight to bed. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning. I am currently sitting watching one of the most beautiful views I've seen in a very long time. This is really reminding me how much I love camping, just waking up in a new place every day and just having your whole life in a car that you can just take with you. I just absolutely love this concept of living. It's not for everyone, that is for sure, but I wanted to do this little trip to test it out before my big trip next year. This car was, I was really, really happy with it. Could definitely see myself camping around China in that baby. I might want something with a little bit more clearance though. I wasn't really willing to go up that road. And I know there's some roads, especially in Xinjiang and Tibet and stuff, that we might want some more clearance for. Anyway, I'll still be searching around for cars. If anyone has any like cheap vehicle recommendations, I would also be interested in hearing those. If there's anyone out there that has like done a big car camping trip around China, leave me a comment down below. I would be so interested in like connecting with you and, you know, just making new friends with people who have already done this trip. And it's definitely going to be a first. It's going to be the biggest trip that I've ever done in my life. Still a lot of things to plan before then, but I'm hoping that it comes to fruition. I know the trip next year is probably going to cost a lot of money, but at the same time, it's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. So I'm kind of willing to spend a bit of cash to do it. But yeah, other than that, I hope you've enjoyed coming along on this 2-day trip with me and Van Ness. If you have, like, subscribe, support the channel, become a member, all that good stuff. And see you in the next video, guys.
哇，在汽车看唐僧山的视频啊，太好看了！那个人就坐在我边上，网红啊！